Sorry for that. But as discussed on mail, we can start with our topic, the topic which we had, right? It is also a fascinating topic, so we can discuss on that.
Yes,
People
yes,
will
yes, right.
learn something from it.
So the topic is quite similar with this journey also, because here we are going to talk about coping with the rejections and the challenges.
Right.
Amit, I'm sure that you have read something about it, about this topic. What would you say? How this rejection? What is the reason behind it? How
Mhm.
the rejections started in our life? Why it basically starts? Is there any
Okay.
way to stay away from rejections and the challenges? Is it really possible in
Mhm.
our life to be always perfect
So,
and to be always successful?
to answer this question, first of all, of course, we can embrace rejection and we should learn how to embrace it. Also, the people who are afraid of rejection, I would say it's not their problem because our society, our parents, our school, they have never thought how to handle rejection. From our childhood, we listen only one thing that how you can become successful, not to be a loser, not to be a failure, right? And whenever there is any rejection in our moment, we don't know how to deal it. Some people deal it with emotions. Some people get angry, some people get emotion, they start crying, and they some people get into stress because we never thought how you can handle the rejection. And I would also like to share one story. Whenever I hear this word rejection, I think of Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. You might know him, the
Yes,
founder
yes.
of Alibaba, Jack Ma. I'll tell you his story. This person was rejected 30 times in a job interview.
Okay.
He applied 10 times in Harvard and every time he got rejected. Even KFC rejected him. There was 25 people who gave interview, 24 of them got selected, and he was the only person who got rejected. But still, he is the biggest entrepreneur in the world. Why? Because he never defined himself by getting rejected. He never stopped after getting rejected so many times. If someone watching this video and if they are afraid of getting rejected, I would say read his story. You will get motivated and you'll start taking rejection as a redirection. You'll Whenever you get rejected, you'll start analyzing what mistakes I have done and what improvement I can do. Instead of just getting stressed about that thing, instead of getting emotional about that thing, you start working on it. You will embrace those situations. That's my point of view.
Yeah, right. You have
Yeah.
explained every perspective of it. Story was quite interesting and it is so inspiring. Okay, so I always like the same, the way you mentioned, I always think the same way. Every rejection is
Mhm.
an opportunity to improve, right? So whenever we
That's
got
true.
rejected, we have the opportunity to look at back and to analyze the issues and to improve it and to hit harder next time, right? Okay. First of all, I want to mention one thing, that is when we
Mhm.
face some kind of rejection, the important part that plays to manage it well is our mindset, right? The way we are
Right.
looking at the problem, because there are few people who got devastated after being rejected by any situation or any interview, real life situation, any relationships or anything. So
Mhm.
we should have a different perspective to every rejection and look it from a kind of a distance and try to see some
Right.
other perspective, the brighter side of it, and try to work on
Mhm.
it instead of looking like it a real rejection and losing
Mhm.
your confidence and not trying to do
Right.
any progress further. Right. And I think, Amit, there are few
Mhm.
things also, like the education system that we have in India.
Mhm.
And they are more focused on the textbook and theory part instead of training students on real life situations, handling rejections,
Mhm.
handling real life problem, giving them skills that can help them to get the employment tomorrow, right? I think these are the
Right.
things that I observe myself that is missing in our education system, because they are more focused
True.
on math, equations, physics, chemistry,
Mhm.
that does not play any important role in our real life when we get out of the school or the college, right? I think this is the one thing that I want to add. And the second is, the kind of circle where we are in is also really
Mhm.
important. Make us into breakers, right?
Right. Right.
Because if we are facing some kind of challenge, problem, rejections, anything, and we are really struggling in something, then there should be at least one or two people around us. It could be our family member or our friend or a tutor, guider, or anybody else who can show us the right path, right? And who can show
Yeah,
a different perspective of that problem. That if the door has been closed, then this door was not made for you. You can find another door, right? You can have
right,
another way to go and to progress further. What you say,
right.
people around us really play some kind of role in handling the rejections like problem, or what do you say? What's your opinion?
Uh, so of course, if you have any mentor, as you said, it definitely plays a major role. Someone who's there to guide you. If you make any mistakes, if you get rejected, they will teach you that this is the part of life. So you don't need to stop there. You just have to learn from it. You should keep going. And this only happens if someone has already experienced those things and they treat you like you know that we have already gone through this situation. It's a very normal thing. Don't you don't need to worry about it. So I would say if someone is there as a mentor, or if your parents is helping you, anyone in your life, in your family member can help to overcome with this situation.
So, right, we should always
Yeah,
have some really good people around us, right?
correct, correct,
Okay.
correct.
Hi,
Of
Amit,
course.
how are you?
Yeah. I'm doing great, wonderful. How about you?
It's great. Okay, so Amit, we'll start this session with the introduction. So, would you please introduce yourself?
Yes, so sure. I would love to introduce myself. My name is Amit Singh. I'm a founder of a home healthcare company, and we are specialized in providing high quality patient care service across Mumbai. Apart from home healthcare, I am passionate about learning new things. These days, I'm working on my fitness. I'm a rookie YouTuber where I make contents about English learning on YouTube. And about my qualifications, I hold a degree in BSCIP. I was born in Uttar Pradesh, but I was raised in Mumbai, so I call Mumbai as home. And that's pretty much about myself.
That's great. Amit, like you started your own channel, you have just confirmed. Just
Yes.
give me one. Can you please tell me about it? Like, why you thought to start a English channel? What led you to this way?
Right. So main reason would be to start this channel was, document myself. I decided that I have to improve my communication skills. So recording myself will push me a little every day. In the sense, what I'm doing on a daily basis to improve my communication skills. And on the other hand, if people are getting motivated by watching my videos, so it will be helpful for them also. Uh, Overall, I can say I started my YouTube channel to record myself, to document myself.
Oh, that's really great. You're really doing
Yeah.
a great job. And I have visited your channel yesterday. I watched some videos
Okay.
and they are really insightful and relevant. Amit, there is one more question that I want to ask. The people who are really facing difficulty while learning this language, what would
Uh,
you suggest? First of all, the reason behind it, why they are, struggling with this learning this new language, and what are the tips that you want to suggest to them? Like 3 or 4 tips you can just mention so that they can follow and they'll be able to feel a kind of confidence and improve their
mhm.
skills. What are those things?
Right, right. So I can share my personal experience. I'm not a teacher, so I will not be able to give the accurate or exact answer. I can share my personal experience, how I improved my communication skills. First
Okay.
thing, the most important, it is speaking. The more you will speak, the more better you will become. You can read a little, you can write a little, but speaking is the first part which you have to do. Okay, try to learn few things every day, like new vocabularies, 3 to 4 vocabularies, new sentences, uh, any story. But make sure that you implement those things with someone. Try to narrate those things. Try to educate other person what you have learned by speaking. So yeah, the first thing which I'll say will be speaking, and second thing will be listening. Try to listen more and more. In that way, you will train your ears and mind within how it is pronounced, those things. Speaking and listening, and if you can do so, writing also plays a very important role. I'll suggest these three things. First, reading, listening, and writing. And it helped me a lot in my case, I would say. And
Okay,
rest,
so
yes. And there's one more thing, as you said earlier, there are a lot of options available. Reading, listening, writing, mirroring, shadowing, role plays. I would suggest try everything first, and make the decision yourself, which is what is working for you, whether it is reading, whether it is listening or role plays. You can decide and then shortlist three or four of them and start practicing on a daily basis.
that's really great point that you have just mentioned. Because some people says like the listening works for them better than reading a book or something like that. I think
Right.
people need to do some kind of experiment with them. So
That's true.
what their mind is actually grabbing more.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's great. Apart from it, I have seen a lot of people who have a good collection of vocabs and new words, and they also aware about the basics of grammar, like how it works, what is present, past, and future. But still, they always, dealing with the kind of fear of being judged by the other people or fear of making mistakes in front of people. That is why
Mhm.
that is something that really holding them back.
Of course.
Okay, what are the things, what are the
Mhm.
solutions that we can implement and we can get rid out of this fear of making mistake and fear of being judged by others?
Right. So this fear will be, it is going to be last forever in your mind. It's just that how you will overcome with it. First thing is the more you practice, the more perfect you will become, and you will get rid of that fear. And second thing, see, English is not our first language, right? So you are allowed to make mistakes. There is nothing wrong with it. And if you're making mistakes, that means you're making progress. So don't worry about that. Someone is going to criticize you about your English or someone is going to mock about it. That's totally fine. Every pro was a beginner once, right? They have also started at a beginner level. So don't need to worry about that situation, I must say. And the best thing is to practice as much as possible. And that's the only thing you can come out of that fear.
Right. This
Yeah.
is the point that I also suggest to the people who always ask this question, because
Mhm.
yeah, obviously it's a different language and we can't be perfect in this language at so initial
Right.
stage.
Mhm.
Making mistakes is perfectly fine, and it's a proof that we are becoming better each day instead of
Right.
staying in a comfort zone and not trying to do something new. And when you'll not try
Mhm.
to do something new, you will not make mistake, right?
Perfect.
Okay, now we need to
Right.
wrap
Right.
this meeting up. I really want
Of
to
course.
say thanks to you, Amit, to have some
Mhm.
time and to have this insightful and informative conversation with me. Thank you very
Mhm.
much. We will surely plan another session soon and we'll
Yes, for
discuss
sure.
some other important topic. So, anything
Yes.
else from your end?
Not really. And I would also like to add, I loved our conversation and it was very insightful. We talked about rejections and a lot other things about English.